meaning that 19 conferences were duly represented. Out of these 19, like we informed them last night, only 10 will be chosen based on their performances to participate in this second round. We did not place any cutoff mark, but what we did is just to pick the first best 10 out of the 19. We believe strongly that those who are qualified by now supposed to have received their congratulatory SMS, which serves as the invitation to this second aspect of the exercise. So I would like that if you have not received yet, but you are here, please, as I call you, kindly move forward. We have informed them to carry their chairs. I think they are fully prepared. Please, can we, for the sake of coverage, can we make it this way and this way so that, or is it all right like that? Yes, if we have this way and this way so that we have a proper coverage. Do we have any director in the house? Is this sitting okay for you? We have the following people that will be participating in the second aspect. Adelabu Moses A from Ogun Conference. Put your hands together for them. Ajadi Kehinde Abel of Ogbomoso Conference. Ajibesin Boluwatife Daniel Osun Conference. Amuson Philip Kayode Oyo Conference. Ojo Oluwaseun Olufemi Kwara Conference. Samuel Adejo Northwest. Sodanyi Kenneth Stephen, Southern Kaduna. Please permit me, if I couldn't pronounce your name very well, Okara Sincerity, Ethiopia Delta. And we have Yithnan David Mantu, FCT Conference. The last but not the least, Yura Y Chubura, Gongola Conference. These are the 10 that will be participating in this second aspect. The first round we had in the morning covered 50%, and so we are here for the second half, the remaining 50%. This is how the operation will go. We have two aspects. The first aspect is the Bible. The second one is the current affairs. Under Bible section, we have gold, silver, and bronze. Unlike the previous years, when we used to have gold to be 20 marks each, this year we have brought it down to 15. The reason for doing that is to help candidates. We discovered that many of them, once they miss first round, second round of gold, their mark drops a lot. So this year, Ukara Sincerity, please, we're still waiting for you. This year, we have made gold 15 marks. Silver, for that gold, we have just only one round, 15 marks. Silver, we have 8 marks, but we will take 2 rounds of that. So making 16 Bronze, we will have 2 rounds as well. Each of them will carry 7 marks. So when we add all of these together, it will give us 45. The other part, which is the current affairs, will give us 5 marks. We will have just only a round of that. 10 seconds will be available to each of the contestants to answer questions. Before the time we take off, I will have read each of the questions twice. And so when it is read twice, timing will begin to run down. Now, I want to encourage us to cooperate with us just as we used to do. Please, I beg us, we know that we are all familiar with the book of John. Please and please, you do not need to echo answers to their hearing. Even don't try to whisper it at all. If you do that, we will just cancel that question and we will not give another one. Please cooperate with us. And whatever be the mark awarded, please take us as we are. Take us as we are. We have 2 people that will be taking records of scores. Okada, you're just coming. Hey. Anyway, your seat has been reserved for you. 2, is that for gold? We have a timekeeper and another assistant is there. Have you been given your question or you have picked one? Please help us with this other microphone.
G9.
For the first round, the first section, now we are working on gold. Each question here carries 15 marks. They have picked their questions. They will just go ahead and announce it. Question number
9.
Question number 9. Lord, we give you glory for this hour. We ask that your spirit will guide us. Please grant these children of yours understanding. Lord, help them, O God, to remember all they have crammed and memorized. And when it is time for them to use it, please help them, O God, to recall it. And we ask that those of us that will be judging, help us to be fair enough. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Question number 9. As written in John chapter 20 verse 13, what was the conversation between the angels and the woman? As written in John chapter 20 verse 13, what was the conversation between the angels and the woman about?
Woman, why are you crying? They have taken my Lord, she replied, and I don't know where they have put him.
Correct. 15 marks. Next.
8.
Question number 8. Recite John chapter 1 verse 12.
Yet to all who did receive him, to them he gave right to become children of God.
Correct. 15 marks.
20.
Question number 20. What do you have in John chapter 20 verse 31? Recite John 20 verse 31. But these are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name. Next.
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Locate this statement. Whoever has my commands and obeys them, he is the one who loves me. He who loves me will be loved by my Father, and I too will love him and show myself to him. Whoever has my commands and obeys them, he is the one who loves me. He who loves me will be loved by my Father, and I too will love him and show myself to him. Where can you locate this?
The book of John, chapter 14, verse 12.
No, verse 21. John 14:21. Next.
Question 19.
Question number 19. Recite John chapter 14, verse 27. John 14:27. Peace I live with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. Next.
So 917.
Question number.
917.
Are you saying 7?
9. G7.
G17. Tell us what you have in John 13, verse 5. John chapter 13, verse 5. After that, he poured out water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. Next.
18.
Please make it louder.
18.
13.
18.
18. Reproduce John chapter 14, verse 12. John chapter 14, verse 12.
Believe me when I say that. Don't you believe me when I say that I am in the Father, and the Father is in me? Whoever believes me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater works than this, because I am going to the Father.
No. I tell you the truth. Anyone who has faith in me will do what I have been doing. He will do even greater things than these, because I am going to the Father. Next.
11.
Question number 11. Describe children of God as found in John chapter 1, verse 13.
Children of God.
As found in John 1:13.
Children born not of natural descent, or of human's will, or of husband's, not of human decision, or of husband's will, but born of God.
Correct. Right. 15 marks. Next.
G4.
Question number 4. Recite John 20, verse 4. John chapter 20, verse 4.
So, but the disciples,
Sit down, relax. Take it again.
but the disciples were running. But the disciples were running. But the disciples were running when,
Continue.
Okay. But the disciples were running, but the other disciple overran Peter and reached the tomb first.
Correct. 15 marks. 15 marks. Next.
Number 1.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. Question number one. Question number one. Question number one. Quote John chapter 20, verse 2. John 20, verse 2.
Mary went to the tomb. Then Mary went to the tomb and saw that and found out that the tomb was empty. The stone was rolled away.
No. So she came running to Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one Jesus loved, and said, "They have taken the Lord out of the tomb. We don't know where they have put him." That ends the first round. I think the question you are having there is silver, Abi? Yes. Yes. We are moving now to the second aspect, and that is silver, where we have each question with 8 marks. We will have 2 rounds here.
Number 14.
Question number 14.
Sorry, 15.
Pardon?
15.
15. Please, questions here are very simple. Unlike the other one. You may know it. Please don't tell them. According to John chapter 19, verse 6, complete this statement. As soon as the chief priests and their officials saw him, they shouted, "Crucify, crucify." But Pilate answered, dash, 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 and dash.
Take him and crucify him by yourself. I have no basis of charge against him.
Correct. 8 marks. 8 marks. Next.
Question number 14.
Question number 14. Question number 14. At what hour of the day did Jesus sit at Jacob's well, as contained in John chapter 4, verse 6? At what hour of the day did Jesus sit at Jacob's well, as contained in John 4, verse 6?
About noon. Other verses, other manuscripts say 6 hours.
About the 6th hour. Correct. Correct. 8 marks.
Question 5.
Question number 5. Question number 5. Apart from spending some time with his disciples, what else did Jesus do at the Judean countryside, as recorded in John 3:22? Apart from spending some time with his disciples, what else did Jesus do at the Judean countryside, as recorded in John 3:22?
He baptized.
He baptized. Correct. He baptized. 8 marks.
3.
Question number 3. Fill these gaps. I have other dash that are not of this dash. I must bring them also. They too will listen to my voice, and there shall be one flock and one shepherd. I have other dash that are not of this dash. I must bring them also. They too will listen to my voice, and there shall be one flock and one shepherd.
I have other sheep that are not of this sheepfold.
Correct. 8 marks. Next.
Question 19.
Question number 19.
Yes, sir.
Fill this gap. Dash, 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 dash. Who is it you want? They asked. They said, Jesus of Nazareth. Dash, dash, dash. Who is it you want? And they said, Jesus of Nazareth. That is John 8, verse 18, verse 7.
Come again. Sorry, please. Come again, sir.
All right? Fill this gap. Dash. Long one. Who is it you want? And they said, Jesus of Nazareth. As you have in John 18, verse 7.
Jesus asked them, who is it that you want? And
Yes. Again, he asked them, who is it you want? Correct. Correct. 8 marks. Next.
Question 6. Question 6.
Please, it appears the microphone is not working. Please help us from the powerhouse. Question number 6. Fill these gaps as contained in John chapter 10, verse 34. Jesus answered them, is it not written in your dash? I have said, you are dash. Jesus answered them, is it not written in your dash? I have said, you are dash.
Is it not written in your law? I have said, you are small gods.
You are what?
Small gods.
You are small.
You are gods.
Correct. 8 marks. 8 marks. Next.
Number 11.
Question number 11. According to the record of John chapter 1, verse 9, who was coming into the world? Who was coming into the world according to John 1, 9?
The true light that gives light to the people.
Again?
The true light that gives light to the people is coming into the world.
The true light that gives light to every man. 8 marks.
Into the world.
Correct. Correct. Next.
Question 7.
Question number 7. Question number 7. Please, this is a technical question and do it with wisdom. As you have it in John chapter 4, verse 24, describe God.
God is
what?
God is spirit.
Correct. 8 marks. Next.
Question 8.
Question number 8. You have these gaps to fill. And many people came to him. They said, though John never dash, all that John said about this man was true.
Many came to him and said, though John never performed many signs, all what he said about this man was true.
Correct. Correct.
Question 18.
Question number 18. Fill this gap. Jesus commanded Peter, dash. Shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me? Jesus commanded Peter, dash. Shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me?
Jesus commanded Peter, get behind me, Satan. Shall I not drink the water the Father has given me to drink?
No. Put your sword away. Jesus commanded Peter, put your sword away. Next. I think that's, we go to the second round.
Question 2.
Question number
2.
2. Question.